Hello, everyone. Happy New Year, and thank you for joining me today. I took some time away from social media and computer and work over the new year for more time with connection in nature, with my loved ones, with myself, and it felt amazing, and it feels good to come back with a new video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Tumi. I am a poet, a dancer, a medical doctor, and I love creating on this channel video that hopefully is inspiring for you to live and enjoy your most delicious, healthiest, and conscious life. And the videos here are usually subject matter, plant-based living, raw veganism, minimalism, which is this topics today, and all infused with dance. And I hope that it is of support and inspiration to you. In a recent video, I did one on items that are common items, common baby childcare items that I don't buy or own. And I had a beautiful feedback from you all around that. Thank you. And quite a few of you were interested in me doing a personal video, items I don't use, I don't buy, I don't own. So this video, I'll be sharing with you 10, there are many more than that, but the 10 items that came to mind around health and beauty. So there's so many things I don't buy or own anymore. And instead of going over 100 or 200 of those, I thought I'd keep it to the health and beauty category in this video. So 10 items that I no longer buy or own, in the health and beauty category. Number one, and I have my notes to look here, so that's what I'm looking at. And before I get into this, I do want to say, as I said in the other video, this list is not a list to say that this is what you should no longer buy. This is just what has worked for me. And what I love about these lists is that when I let go of these things, I have felt so much more freedom and more expansion, and the whole less is more rings so true with what I've let go in joy and organically. And so I'm sharing this in hopes that some of this or one of this is inspiring of you, for you to maybe let go or look in your life of things that are no longer serving you. In my membership program, a beautiful community called Your Delicious Life, this month our focus has been on and continues to be on creating space. How do we create space in our lives so we feel a sense of spaciousness, of breath, of expansion to create in this new year and be of service in the world that it's aligned with our hearts? To do that, space is needed. So this list is all about creating space. And so with that, let's begin. Number one, I don't use anymore, that came to mind immediately, is tampons and single-use menstrual pads. I let go of this a long time ago, and it's been so wonderful. So for each of these items, I'll also tell you briefly what I've gained from letting it go, right? So less equaling more. Letting go of tampons and single-use menstrual pads, not only in terms of saving money, but also having a lighter footprint on the environment. Just for a moment, take a moment to consider all those tampons and menstrual pads in landfills. That's where they go to, that are just taking up space on our Mother Earth. They're not degrading very well. These are things that are made from often bleached cotton. So they're also not the best things to be putting into our bodies or putting against our yonis. So for the health for our bodies, for the health of the body of the earth, it's been so wonderful to let those things go. And it saved me money. It's helped with my health because, again, I'm not putting those things in my body or on my body. And instead, what I've been using has been, in the past, menstrual cups, but more recently that I've loved has been reusable menstrual pads. You can also find what are called period panties or menstrual underwear. I've loved using the reusable menstrual pads. And what I do, and I've loved this ritual, is When I finish with it, I have two. And when I finish with one, I'll put one in a bowl of water and let the blood seep into the water. I hope this is not making anyone queasy, but this is our bodies, and I think they're beautiful, and it's wonderful to be in connection with them. So I let the blood steep in water, usually overnight. And in the morning, I will take that water and I will give it back to the earth. So part of this is also about considering how can we be in relationship, in a mutualistic relationship with Mother Earth, rather than just taking from her, rather than having a parasitic relationship. How do we practice mutualism? How do we give back to Mama Earth? So I take this water that is now steeped with my blood, that is full of minerals, iron, and give it back to Mama Earth in my garden. So that's what I do. And so I no longer use tampons and single-use pads. Number two is shampoo and conditioner. I have a whole video on my channel you can check out about my hair rinse ritual. So I go in nature and I gather beautiful herbs that are local to my environment, and that changes based on where I am traveling. And in my Instagram, I recently did a short stories around what I gathered to make my most recent hair tea. I will leave my Instagram somewhere here so you can check that out if you're not following me there. And I love my hair teas. They're so beautiful. They're seasonal. And I do that. I gather them intuitively and I use that to wash and condition my hair with plants, the best medicine. And sometimes I'll put some baking soda in the hair tea for the washing of my scalp if my scalp needs extra cleansing. But I have a whole video on my hair tea and my hair rinse. You can check that out. So no commercial shampoos and conditioners. They're usually filled with chemicals and additives and preservatives that can be not healthy for our scalp, but also not healthy for our bodies. And our scalp, being skin, can absorb those things into our system if we're using these commercial shampoos and conditioners. And hair products, I don't use any hair products. I just create my own things at home. So no shampoo, conditioner, or commercial hair products. Number three, makeup. Most makeup. The two things that I use very occasionally that would be considered makeup are mascara and eyeliner. I still use those things, but they're all vegan, no animal testing. The company that I like is 100% pure. I'll leave a link to their products down in the description box below. But literally, I think it's been 8 months since I pulled out my mascara or eyeliner. I love the idea of not feeling like I need makeup. I haven't used foundation or concealer or anything on my skin in I think it's been 8 to 9 years, 10 years, probably when I changed my diet almost 10 years ago to a plant foods diet, because I no longer needed it. My skin cleared up beautifully. My eczema went away. I no longer broke out because my hormones regulated on a plant foods diet, a whole food plant foods diet. And so I don't use any of that on my skin. The only two makeup I use, again, mascara and liner, and I haven't used that in months and months and months. But I do come from ancestry, being West African, being Nigerian, where adornment, part of that, my ancestry is using colors from the earth to make tribal markings and having ritual around that. And I find that to be very beautiful. And so in about a year ago when I had my baby boy, right before that, I did a whole ritual using pigment from the earth to mark my skin as a way of ritual to call in nature, to call in spirit, to guide me in my birthing journey. And that was so beautiful and meaningful for me. And that's how I use makeup, or to play a part, or when I'm dancing and performing and I want something to pop out, I use my liner, I use my mascara in these interesting ways. And again, anyone who feels called to makeup, more power to you. This is just my list. And what I've gained from letting go of commercial makeup has been really being more in touch with my natural beauty and wanting to nurture my natural beauty from the inside out. Number four, excuse me, multivitamins. I do not use, buy or own or take multivitamins. As a physician, I'll speak to this. I think most vitamins is best taken in its natural whole food form. So getting your vitamins through plant foods, your vitamin A, through beta carotene, C, E, B, the list goes on. I will say that B12, the best form of that is through microbes, and that can be hard to get from regular food. And so I do supplement with vitamin B12 once in a while. And I get vitamin D from sun, but I do not use multivitamins. Number 5 has been letting go of facial washes. Noxzema used to be my jam when I was a teenage girl and even into my early 20s. But a lot of facial washes, this goes back to shampoo and conditioner, have these chemicals, endocrine disruptors in them that can really unbalance one's hormones. They can be very drying on the skin. They can actually disrupt your natural skin oils. And so I found a gentler and healthier approach to be using water wash for my skin and also oil cleansing. So I use oil cleansing, and this is something that's been done for millennia in many different traditions to cleanse my skin. And I have a video on my channel. I'll leave a link in the description box below on how I take care of my skin using oil cleansing, using natural masks also. Number 6 is, and this is related, is single-use cleaning wipes. So cotton pads, cotton balls, single-use cleaning products for my skin I don't use. I use rather reusable cotton cloths or hemp cloths, so fabrics that are organic and breathable that I rewash, and I use that for when I do my oil cleansing method for my skin, my body, and my face. And the short reason for that is that it's better for the environment and it's just healthier overall because of that. Number 7, this is not so much a thing as it is a service, and that is a gym membership. I used to love being part of a gym when I lived in New York City, but I will tell you the way I did gym membership, I was a member of my local Y in Brooklyn, and I would go very often for yoga classes, but often I would just go there and I just run on the treadmill. And I remember looking outside of the big window, but I'm on the treadmill. And I think what has been so beautiful about letting that go, 1, saving money for sure, but 2, being more in touch with nature as the ultimate exercise course. I talk about this in my book, Delicious Healing, on the chapter on movement play. And what nature can provide is the ultimate obstacle and training course, because she has hills and valleys, she has rocks and stones. She keeps it creative, she keeps it challenging, Mama Earth does. And so I have loved, in letting go of a gym membership, moving outside. And even when I'm indoors because of inclement weather, I switch it up in terms of what I'm doing indoors. And so I've loved that less is more replacement of a gym membership for moving more in nature and moving more creatively, and being able to take this on the road. Traveling for 5+ years, I've had to be creative about moving. I dance every single day. I do my yoga every single day. And sometimes I'll get online and look for yoga practices to incorporate into my yoga practice, but I love to move outdoors. And so if this is of resonance to you, definitely try that. And check out my book if you haven't read it already, Delicious Healing, which in part talks about how to move more creatively and more organically in a way that supports your most delicious life. Number 8, packaged and processed health food or health drinks like vitamin water or packaged juices. I prefer to eat fresh and to make my own smoothies at home. When you make a smoothie, when you make a juice, the longer you let it sit, the oxidation starts taking place and things like vitamin C start degrading. So I love eating fresh. And so I prefer to do that rather than eating packaged food. Number 9 is commercial beauty services. So things like nail salons, what else? Salons, hair salons. I have not been in a hair salon since I started locking my hair, having locks in 1995, maybe even 94. I was 16 or 17, I think. Haven't entered a salon since. So such freedom. I will say I would love to once in a while go to a eco-friendly, conscious, healthy salon where I would just get this beautiful scalp massage with wonderful organic plant oils, where they would maybe soak my hair in gorgeous filtered water with maybe some herbs. I'm all up for that. And if you are a salon that does that anywhere in the world, please let me know. Let us know down in the description box below. I'd love to support you. I would love to show up and get pampered in that way when it's safe to do so again. But those are hard to find, I think. And I've loved being able to pamper myself at home and feel a freedom of not having to go outside to outsource my hair care, my skin care, my nail care. That's been incredibly freeing and again, good for my wallet. And the last, certainly not least, is I have loved letting go. I no longer buy less than amazing clothes and shoes. Nothing less than amazing, nothing less than beautiful is in my closet. In my humble opinion, I choose not to buy, I choose not to own anything that doesn't make me feel my absolute beautiful. And also, I choose not to buy clothes and shoes that are not conscious, that are not what I call slow fashion, that are not made with love, not just love for our planet, but also love for other earthlings. So I really try to only buy vegan clothes. I only have vegan shoes. This is of importance to me to try to live in integrity with the planet and with other beings. And again, it's just my own thing, but it's of importance to me. And I have a whole video on this channel on slow, conscious fashion. I wasn't always like this. I just didn't know. But once I knew through documentaries, through books, I changed my practice. And so part of this whole thing of no longer buying, no longer owning this and this and that is my evolution, is my health, is my life journey. And so I hope one of these things that I shared with you has been of support and has been of interest to you. Please leave for us in the comments below something you have let go of that is the health and beauty category that has brought more beauty, more health, more abundance, more deliciousness to your life. I would love to read that. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and share with anyone you think might benefit. Check out our amazing membership program if it's of interest to you. In the description box below, I'll leave a link to that. There are 2 tiers of the membership program that you can join at affordable prices, and you get access to all the content I've made since this membership program began 2 years ago now, including the Q&A videos, including the healing dances, including the meditations, and the personal vlogs I've made for us. So that's all I'm going to say for today. I send you so much love wherever in the world you might be. Take a breath, and I hope that you're able to create beautiful space somehow, some way in your day-to-day. Take care.